YouTube. What's up, baby? We back again. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and we're here to talk about Ep.4 of Locke Key, Season 2, entitled Forget Me Not. And I don't think I introduced um, the episode title for the last one, but my bad. But anyways, man, so this episode was good again, bro. Like, I'm 4 episodes in and I'm nothing but satisfied completely. Nothing to complain about, bro. Like, questions are getting answered. More questions are coming along. Like, everything is good, bro. Everything is good for sure. So, anyways, like I said, I'm not gonna spoil everything. I'm just gonna dive into some stuff. If you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. If you ain't seen the episode, then at least I'm not spoiling it to the point where it just ruins everything for you. You know what I'm saying? So, in this episode, Duncan does get his memories back, right? But it's not complete. We see that there's a problem with him getting his memories back because it's. I think it's like because he's an adult, right? He's getting his memories back, and a lot of what he forgot was the stuff that they deal with magic, all right? So he's an adult, so he's gonna forget it. Plus, it's just certain, like it's like recycling almost, right? They need to find the key, the remembrance key, so that way they can give him that, and then he can be complete. What that will do is, he's an adult, yes. He lost his memories a long time ago because Randall and Erin, her group of friends, they ended up taking his memories out, right? But if they implant his memories back in, which they have done, and they have the remembrance key, it doesn't matter if he's old or not, he's gonna remember, and it's gonna ease things. So that's basically what they're trying to do for that. That's the only way that he's gonna be normal. If not, then maybe if they pluck certain memories out, not all of them, but just certain ones, maybe he'll be okay. Or they may have to go back to the old route and just take out all the magic. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that's that situation. Um, Within the Locke family, and this is Tyler, this is Bodie, and this is Kenzie. With them having to deal with Duncan's episodes since he's started to get back his memory, they found out that he, before they implant his memories back, they found out that he ended up having the anywhere key, and they're like, how did he get the anywhere key? Like, the last person that had it was Dodge, and like, did she accidentally drop it when we fought against her on season 1, or like how did that get here? And we all know how it got there, but they don't know. So that's that as well. And then we have it being Jackie's B-Day, and being the real pimp that Tyler is, ends up finding a book that she really like. First of all, he dresses up her locker room, happy birthday, da 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 da. She's all surprised, she's all loving him for it. Then he gives her the gift, and it's a book, and she's like, "Yo, I already had this book, but I appreciate it, right?" But he's like, "Nah, we about to go inside that." So she can't remember, jogs her memory. She remembers about the key, and the key is the anywhere key. So he tells her to think of a place real hard. Da 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 da. Think of the book. Opens up the door, and lo and behold, they're inside the book. Right? Everything's beautiful. Everything's dandy. It's all good. Then we had a situation where Scott ended up seeing Gabe and Eden arguing. He didn't know what they were talking about, but he knew they were arguing, and they were arguing with an intense emotion. meaning that with whatever they were arguing about, it was something serious. So that's that. Um, he ends up telling Kenzie about the situation. They get to this classroom by themselves. He's trying to let her know that, like, look, like, you know me and you know what I'm about, and you know that I wouldn't do something like that as far as, like, harm Gabe. Um, so obviously I was being controlled. You know how it can happen. She tells him, oh, well, I checked up on it and it all ends up being that everything was where it was supposed to be at. So I don't know what you're talking about. And then he ends up telling her, like, hey, well, I saw Gabe and I saw Eden arguing, and they were arguing intensely. So whatever it was they were arguing about was important. And so she doesn't believe him. And bro, I just gotta say, bro, like, I like Kenzie, man. I liked her before she took out her fear in season 1. I liked her after she took out her fear in season 1. But then there were certain parts of season 1 where I started to hate her. Season 2, right? Still doesn't have her fear inside of herself, so she's still, that person from season 1. I liked her for, like, a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 4 episodes in. But then this episode, bro, like, I was kind of starting to get back to the point where I didn't like her. And I don't want to take too much credit from her, because I remember that she checked to see if the music box was, missing from her room, because she thought that, Scott wouldn't do this. So, but then, Gabe did what he did to cover his butt. Gabe and Eden did what they did to cover their butt. But still, like, at this point, bro, like, I'm like, yo, like, you, come on, man. So, anyways, bro, that's that. We find out that Nina and Josh are getting really close. Yeah, they're getting really close, bro. They went on a date, had some deep conversations, had some deep laughs, and thoroughly enjoyed themselves, together. By the end of the date, they both kissed, you know what I'm saying? And it was like Josh first leaned in for the kiss for Nina, and Nina was like, I like that. Let me get some more. So and then she linked in, you know what I'm saying? So it's both ways. Like the feeling is mutual, bro. The love is there. I don't know what's gonna happen though, but the love is there. I'm still real cautious around this dude Josh. Like there's a yellow tape around him, because I don't know what he's doing, bro. I don't know what he's doing. So then, continuing from the situation with Gabe, bro. Like, Gabe ends up using the ghost key, and he asks Bodhi if he can use it. Bodhi lets him use it. He uses the ghost key to go talk to the elder Locke member, like the grandpa, right? And he's like, yo, like, you lied to me about how to make the key or whatever. We don't know if he lied, but the grandpa knew that whatever recipe, even if it is the right recipe to make a key, Gabe can't do it, because secretly he's Dodge. So anyway, he's just like, yo, like, how did you know? Like, why did you trick me? Then the grandpa's like, yo, like, I can see on your back there's like a parasite, bro. And then, like, Gabe turns around, even though he's a ghost, he turns around and she's a parasite. So obviously that's Dodge, you know what I'm saying, leeching off of Gabe. Bless me. We come to find out that only the Locke members can make keys. May have got confused in my last episode and put a little bit of this episode into the last video, so I'm sorry about that. But we on track. So we find out that the Locke members are only ones that can make keys. But the situation is, Rendell, when he was younger, he tried to make a key, and he couldn't. We don't know if it blew up like how it did to Gabe and Eden, but he tried to make a key. He couldn't make the key. But his younger brother Duncan, he was able to make the key. Now, I don't know why both of them were able to make the key, because from what we're to understand is that in order to make a key and to make a key exactly what you want it to be, no. In order to make a key exactly to what you want it to be, you have to be a Locke member. That's what I'm getting. Now, we all know that a Locke family member, but we all know that Duncan and Rendell are both brothers, so they're both Locke family. So why was it that Rendell couldn't make a key but Duncan could? Um, but anyways, um, we still know that Gabe / Dodge and Eden can still make keys because they made the death key. But now he knows that he's gonna have to do something with Kenzie or just someone else, in order to get the key that he wants. So continuing through that situation, bro, what ends up happening as Gabe is still talking to like the elder grandpa is talking to him, then the conversation stops for a second, and then the elder grandpa is looking behind Gabe, and Gabe's like, what are you looking at? All of a sudden, bro, Sam pops back up from season 1, bro. The dude that killed Randall and whatever. But by the end of that, by that season, towards that, ending of the season, he ended up getting stuck in the ghost dimension, and his body landed on the other side of the door, which is how it always is. But the cops took that as him being dead, so they removed his body. So he's just that spirit stuck in the ghost realm now. Even though he wasn't dead, he became good. He became dead. So, anyways, he's like, "What are you looking at?" And then we see Sam pop out, and then the elder grandpa's like, "Yo, do your thing." So Gabe and Sam are racing back to Gabe's physical body because they're both trying to get control of it. Ends up happening is that they both reach a body at the same time, and then it's an all-out world war with the same body. They're both trying to, like Gabe's trying to protect himself, of course. Gabe / Josh is trying to protect himself, of course, but Sam was trying to hurt, Gabe / Dodge. By the end of the tussle, Gabe / Dodge ends up pushing the body back to the ghost dimension, but he pulls back, and then he is still in his body, but Sam is in the ghost world. So that's how that ended. Cool to see Sam again. I like how they did that. Maybe we'll see him some more later on. Who knows? We have Duncan, and he's still kind of like going through this phase of remembering things, and just him not being complete without that use of that remembrance key. It's kind of driving him crazy. It's too much to handle. So we see that within him remembering more and more, the situations that occur that are like really like traumatizing, like it really affects him. So, and that would be, Duncan seeing as he was younger, Rendell, his older brother, kill Lucas, which was a member in the group that they were all in. Because Lucas was taken host by a entity. Okay, so then we go back to Jackie and Tyler in the book world, and they're having a good time. What I'm saying, she's having a good time as well. But then things start happening to where which she forgets the magic stuff, and she forgets where she's at, and then for a second she's kind of lost because she's like kind of in this crowd, and then Tyler's away from her for a second, so she's like feeling all weird. And then Tyler ends up finding her and then brings her back, and everything's good for a second. But it's honestly getting worse for her, and she's tired of, dealing with, the fact of delving into this magic stuff and then forgetting, and then just, stuff like this happens and just makes her feel bad, and she's over feeling like that. So, but he's like, look, like, hold on, what I'm saying? We're gonna find this remembrance key, and everything's gonna be fine. So just hold on. I know it's hard, but just hold on. I love you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that situation goes. Um, we end up finding out that, well, Kenzie tries to get her fear back inside of her, and she tries to use her mind to, even though fear is out of her body, she tries to still use her mind, because fear is once a part of her, to pull fear back inside of her. She does it, and it doesn't, she doesn't accomplish her mission. But in a way, I kind of feel like she did, because later on we have the fear actually come back to her, and then eventually, she lets the fear back inside of her, and now she's whole again. So I don't know if it was just that she was thinking she was going to appear in front of her fear, and then, allow her back in. That's not what happened. What ended up happening is the fear ended up coming back to her, and then she allowed it back in. So I don't know if she failed, or just things ended up working in her favor. I don't know. But she's whole again, so maybe I'll start liking her again. Uh, we ended up finding out, Josh holds this little college party for all the students, and um, in there a lot of stuff happens between Kenzie and Scott, and um, Kenzie seeing that Josh and Nina's her mom, ends up seeing that, they're kind of feeling each other. Um, and throughout all of this, um, one of the guys, Douglas, he's like hearing this little, like, brief speech that Josh is giving. And like I said, he's a history teacher, so he's giving a history on, like, these weapons and stuff like that on the wall. And in the midst of that conversation, um, Douglas is like, "So is this the bullet that you're talking about for the gun?" And then that bullet was not a bullet; it was a piece of metal, and that metal was the whispering metal, which is the metal that is used to make the keys. Or if that metal, when it shoots out of the portal, hits a body, they become possessed by that entity. So he's like, "Is this the bully you're talking about?" And then Josh is like, "Oh, I don't know how that got out. It's not supposed to be here." Da 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 da. Grabs it real quick, takes it. He was explaining to them before Douglas had pulled out that metal and showed him that he's actually, his ancestor was the red coat that ended up getting shot towards the end, the captain dude that got shot on purpose with the entity, and wanted to become an entity because he saw the way that the power was. So we find out that he's one of the descendants. So that's why we can't trust him, or maybe we can. I don't know, but that's a certain thing that's weird. You know what I'm saying? All these things that was weird about him, even this just adds up, bro. Like, and it's a serious, like, situation where it's revealed, like, that's kind of bad, bro. So, anyways, while he grabs the medal from Douglas, Gabe actually overhears them talking, and then he finds out that, hey, this dude has a piece of a whispering medal. Let me grab that, and I can actually, make it keep, whether I can make it myself or find one of the Locke family members to make it for me. I'm out of the metal pieces, because he only had two metal pieces. One, he made the death key on accident, but he still made a key. Two, he tried to make the key the way that the grandpa Locke told him to, and then it blew up, so that was a failure altogether. No key at all. He was out of pieces. Now he found a way to get another piece. Whether Josh has more or whatever, he found a way to get a piece. And we all know that kind of in the beginning of the episodes for the season, Nina and, I'm sorry, Gabe and Eden went back to the cave to find a piece. They only found one. So what is Josh's intentions against the family? We don't know yet. Anyways, man, if you guys, that was basically it. I give the episode a 9. If you guys enjoyed the episode, let me know what you guys thought. Please comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and until next time.